The tables have turned on the growth that we were seeing in 2020 and 2021. This downturn in market and downturn in foot traffic is putting pressure on retailers all over the country. Economists and industry experts are expecting somewhere in the range of around 7,000 retail locations to close in 2023 alone. Some stores are starting to close again, openings are being delayed, but some brands and stores are still finding their way. Hi, I'm Eric Grindley and I'm the CEO of EsquireAdvertising, and I'm here to talk to you about how to drive traffic to your store in a slowing economy. Recessions, and even the fear of a recession, generally means hard times for retail. And when retail businesses start planning for hard times, they tend to look at marketing and advertising expenses as discretionary. And this means that they'll tend to cut back or cut entirely their budgets that they're spending to push customers to their store. You know, when you're looking at these things as discretionary, on the surface, it makes sense to cut expenses so you can keep the lights on. But is that the right decision for your business? Should you be cutting marketing and advertising expenses when you're struggling to find customers? Well, the data would say that it does not make sense. It says that you should actually keep fighting and keep pushing and keep advertising to bring customers into your store. McGraw-Hill conducted a study after the last recession. They surveyed and watched over 600 retailers of different sizes and niches. Some of these retailers stopped advertising during the recession, some maintained their spend, and some actually increased their spend. This is a really interesting study because the data was very clear. Those who advertised during the recession came out of it stronger and better for it than those that didn't advertise. The stores that actually were advertising and pushing during the recession saw a 256% increase in sales off the low. Those who didn't advertise when they came out of the recession only saw an 18% increase. It was vastly different. The other large thing was that their market share increased for those that continued to advertise. So the data was clear. If you advertise during a recession, you'll be better off for it and you'll be stronger when everything comes back to normal. Increasing foot traffic during a slowing economy is about one thing: knowing your customer. You need to know who they are, what their ages are, what are their hobbies, what are their interests, what do they watch, what do they need. All of this information is vital to driving traffic to your store in an efficient manner. What this allows you to do is to advertise to the right customer. In a slowing economy, you need to be really careful about where you're spending your dollars. Now, we don't want you to be cutting your advertising spend because the data shows us that things will decrease if you do that. But what we want you to be doing is advertising more efficiently so you can spend those dollars correctly. So if you use this data in the right way, you can drive traffic to your store in the most efficient manner possible. So if you're looking to consolidate down your ad budgets, because you got to make a little bit of cuts, but you know you need to be a little bit more efficient with your advertising dollar, what do you go after first? What do you cut? Well, you cut the broad-based stuff first, the things that you don't know directly that work. So maybe you take out your linear TV, you take out your radio advertising, you take out your print. These things are really broad-based, more widespread advertising that you don't have direct attribution off of. Now you have to remember that in that McGraw-Hill study, when that was done, these people didn't have access to the tools and the targeting capabilities that we have today. So if you're advertising during the recession using hyper-targeted methods of advertising, like one-to-one streaming television ad advertising or one-to-one digital advertising technologies, these things allow you to be more efficient with your ad dollar, cut down the cost overall, and still drive better results. So using our technologies today, you'll probably come back out of the recession even better than what we saw in that study. We're going into a slowing economy, and you're going to be tempted to cut your advertising budget. As we've discussed, the data shows that you need to keep advertising. You need to keep fighting for that next customer. This is a fight or flight scenario, and you have to keep fighting. That is the only way your business is going to survive. So if you're going to be cutting down your advertising budget, make sure that you do it in keeping the most efficient advertising possible. At EsquireAdvertising, we track internet-connected devices all around the country 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This data allows us to understand your customers better than you could ever imagine. By using this, we're able to target efficiently customers around the country to drive them to your store to drive sales today, tomorrow, and for the rest of the year. If you're going to advertise, make sure you're advertising efficiently and that you keep fighting for that next customer.